Okay, so now I have this side all taken apart. Here are all the little parts. And the gaskets and the metering diaphragm. At this point, I'm not going to change the, I think they're called the Walsh plugs. I'm not going to change those. I've never done those before, so they do come in the kit. But at this point, I'm not going to, and if we need to later, I will. And so we're just going to replace the needle and the diaphragms, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now I have the needle in there, and that little screw tightened down. One thing I don't know, but I'm just going to go with it, is if that is at the right angle. But that's the way it came out of the kit, so I'm going to go with that and see what it's like and go from there. Now on the other side, we're replacing these two pieces and the thicker gasket for the lid. And I had already cleaned the screen out, but it does come with a new screen that I'm going to just leave out for now because this one is clean. And we'll put it back together now. Okay, so now it's all back together. We're going to put it in the saw. I'm going to make sure I seal this surface too. I'm going to just put a little bit of my silicone on it. And I'll see about fixing that tank gasket as well. Okay, so I took that little screw out in the middle and took the lid off. At this point, that's where the cork gasket goes. Now, I do have cork gasket material, but it's going to be easy enough to do this. I think I'm going to test that carburetor and see if it fixes some of those issues. And we're not going to be able to tell right away. I'll probably have to run it and let it sit and maybe do that a few different times. And then also see if, because there was fuel leaking in, or there wasn't a lot, but there was some. And I don't know if that was because it wasn't sealing, like it was leaking through the carburetor into the exhaust and maybe also leaking into this area. I don't know, but I think it is a good idea to replace this at some point. So either I'll make one or I'll just order one off eBay, but that'll take longer. But it doesn't look too bad in there. And so I'll just put that back on, and then I'll put the carb on and we'll fire it up. Okie dokie. Okay, I know that's not the best, but I don't have a tripod, so it's just right here. This is the first start. There's gas in it, so I'm going to choke it, and we'll see how many pulls it takes. Uh-oh. Well, that was good. My bad. I left the choke out. I was just too excited that it fired within one pull. Well, now I might have flooded it because I left the choke on there. So I took the carb back apart, and I ended up replacing the gasket in there. I don't think that was the problem, but the other one was old. So, and also I took the metering diaphragm back off, and I checked a couple YouTube videos, and I think I put that little the lever that connects to the needle, I think was not adjusted properly. I think they're usually supposed to be set properly, but it was not level at all. It was sticking up kind of on a 30-degree angle. You can see back in a couple clips. So I gently bent it back down so it's level, and made sure I hooked that diaphragm in there properly. Put it back together, and it was flooded pretty badly, but it fired right up after that, and I tuned it up, and it's running good. The low's at about 1 turn, and the high is just under a full turn. So it might be running a little lean. I don't. Let me know what you think. But basically, I revved it way up and then just turned it clockwise till it went really fast, and then I backed it off a bit. And so yeah, it's idling good. So that's good. Okay. Alright, so now it's running pretty good, and the carb's all cleaned up, and we'll see, we'll look at it tomorrow and see if it's leaked into that air filter area, and we'll also see how it starts and if there's any gas leaking out of the exhaust. So so far it does seem pretty good. It seems like it's running a lot better, and it's definitely, before when I was doing it, if I'd run it real hard, it would not want to idle. So it's definitely, and that was with the same settings, so it's definitely a lot better now. And yeah, so hopefully that's going to be it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.